Hello, and welcome back. Last time we left off, I do believe we had finished up the Crimson Fleet. I felt a little bad about it. Mostly like going in there and butchering most of the people that honestly weren't, I don't want to say not too associated, but like a lot of those guys didn't necessarily seem too terrible. Like the merchants, like one of them like grew up with the fleet. She never really had a chance at a second life, and we cut her down like it was nothing. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I figured maybe they would have wanted us to go in there with EM weapons or something, but I guess not. Just kill them all. Fuck it. But today, we're going to be carrying on with the Freestar Collective quests. And those are going to probably get wrapped up pretty quick, because there's only a handful left. And then after that, we're going to do the UC. And then after that, we're probably going to continue with the Ryujin questline and cap that off. We are getting close to the quote-unquote end game, or end of the game, I should say. But also, we've got a bunch of other side quests and things that we need to do. Places that we have still yet to find. So there's plenty to do. Oh yeah, that's right. So to start, let's talk to the news.
You have that look in your eye. You have another story for me?
I was there at the big battle between Sysdef and the Crimson Fleet.
Of course you were. Why wouldn't you be? I swear you're either a trouble magnet or something. So, Sysdef finally, and against all odds, really triumphed against the Crimson Fleet. In their own backyard, no less. How were you involved?
I was working undercover for Sysdef. I brought the fleet down from the inside.
So what do you do for an encore? So, the Vigilants went toe-to-toe with everything the Crimson Fleet could throw at them. And somehow, almost miraculously, they captured the key. The key itself. I've confirmed that with many sources. Anything to add?
I mean, when they say I was part of the team that captured the key, I single-handedly went in there and killed everybody. So I'm not even lying when I say this. But I should also mention this part. Sysdef captured a treasure trove, and that left the Crimson Fleet vulnerable.
Really? I might have to fact-check that, but it would fill in some gaps. You have to feel good about how everything turned out. Commander Ikande is being hailed a hero, and Sysdef's popularity is at an all-time high. Your thoughts?
Well, I was gonna say, he certainly didn't triumph alone. I literally, single-handedly took the key. But I'll just say this one. Sysdef was successful in finally righting the wrongs of the past.
The UC did kind of spawn this monster. And like you said, it might finally be dealt with. And that's all I need. You really do lead an extraordinary life. And as a, well, possibly embarrassing personal note, thank God for you.
So from there, we can go to the Red Mile, which will also complete a couple of other quests that we had. I guess we can just fast travel straight there. It don't really make too much of a difference. Parima. I don't think we've been to Parima yet. Oh, they already want us to talk? Okay. Might as well, while we're on the ship. Makes things a little bit easier on me. Where'd you go, Sam?
Yes?
Come on, Barrett. There he
You
is.
are straight out of one of those film noir novels. Working undercover and thwarting the bad guys. Just walking around the key makes my skin crawl. How'd you pull it off?
Oh, really? He just wants to talk about how I... Wow. I pulled it off, that's what matters. The decisions I had to make were terrible. I'm just glad it's over.
Sistef put us in some shitty situations, that is for certain. I mean, don't get me wrong, helping Sistef was never on my bucket list. Commander Akande, he really wasn't as much of a tight ass as I was expecting. And ultimately, he had your back, so... I guess here's to Sistef.
I would have helped Sistef voluntarily, had they given me the choice.
You are a different breed than I, then. I just wanted to say, when we first teamed up, I had a good feeling about you. But this... You really helped people. Helped everyone. I can't wait for our next adventure.
Oh, that's all. Does everyone have something to say in that regards? Hold on. Can I talk to Barrett about it?
I was just thinking. Well, never mind. Hey, I can't imagine how hard it was to be under all that pressure. A leader knows that protecting regular folk is not just a responsibility, but a privilege. And I'm proud to call you my captain.
What if I made the wrong choice?
You're worried that you should have sided with a bunch of lying, murderous thieves? Hey, it's okay to second-guess yourself sometimes, but this isn't the time. You did right by us all.
That's so odd, because the Barrett quest... Like, Barrett in the main quest, let me put it this way. He is constantly being chased by the Crimson Fleet, treats it more like a game than anything. And then when he's finally captured by the fleet, he sits down and just talks to them, tells them stories, and they listen. And the whole point of that is showcasing that the Crimson Fleet are people too. Deep down under all the pirating and murder that they do, they are also just people. And they can be conversed with. And everything we've actually seen so far about the pirates, we have been able to talk them down a lot.
Take your time.
So it's weird
No
to
worries.
me. It's weird to me that suddenly Barrett's changed his tune. He's like, yeah, fuck the pirates. It's like, what do you mean, dude? You were the one talking with them and saying they're all not so bad. Like, why is it so inconsistent? I don't get it. I appreciate that, Barrett, but I only did what had to be done.
Modest, too. They're gonna make a statue out of you, or carve your face on a moon or something. What you did took nerves. Befriending Delgado like that, it was a huge risk. If he had gotten to you, convinced you to side with them, I don't know what we'd be dealing with right now.
You don't think less of me, do you?
Do I think less of you for doing what you had to do to save countless lives in the settled systems? Let me think. Not even slightly. You're a damn hero for what you did. You better not ever think otherwise.
I do kind of agree Delgado was a punk and I have no regrets, but at the same time, I kind of don't. Because Delgado was the only guy there who actually seemed halfway competent and knew what he was doing. Neva was a punk. But Delgado, I actually had some respect for him. Right? Everything that he did kind of made some semblance of sense. He was after a treasure, something pirates should be after. Right? He was living literally by a pirate
I
code.
do enjoy just spending time with you. Did you have anything else to say?
I guess. I feel terrible for gaining his trust and betraying him, but I had to do it.
Look, I get what you're saying, but you saw an opportunity and you took it. It was his weakness, not yours. And if they
Ah.
regroup after all this, they'll be weaker next time. All thanks to you.
I wonder what happened to Neva Mora.
That's a worry for another day, boss.
I don't fucking sideswipe that. They'll be more desperate. It could be more dangerous.
Maybe, maybe not. But one thing's for certain. Things could have been a whole heck of a lot worse right now. And it's okay to feel good about that.
Yeah, everyone has something to say about it.
Your ship's... Is there a way to go faster than the speed of light? Bye!
I guess I gotta find, Andreja and Sarah. I don't know where they went. Maybe downstairs. Yeah, there's Andreja.
In the end, you chose the UC over the Crimson Fleet. Do you believe that was the right choice?
I mean, SysDef really didn't give me much of a choice, did they?
Their tactics were questionable, and certainly manipulative, but in the end, the decision was still yours to make. Did getting that close to Delgado and the fleet make it difficult at all? It can be harder to act against someone once you get to know them.
Well, if I'm to be honest, rotting in prison is exactly what he deserves, but I'm never happy to betray someone who's counting on me.
Nor do I think you should be, but in this case, I believe you made the right call. They were pirates, after all. It would be foolish to think, though, that we have seen the last of the Crimson Fleet. We may have eliminated the leadership, but there are many more pirates out there.
What's the opposite of a silver lining? You're great at finding those. Well, if they reorganize, we'll be waiting.
I suppose we will have little choice. For now, you should enjoy your hard-earned victory. You have done a service for all of the settled systems.
Hers was more dour than anything else. Kind of shocked by that. I was expecting hers to be a little bit more upbeat than that. But I did kind of figure Andreja would pose the interesting, more difficult questions. There's Barrett. Where's Sarah? Where'd she go? She up in the captain's quarters or something? Wouldn't shock me. There she is.
Happy to listen. Thanks for giving me a moment of your time. I promise this won't take long. I thought you deserved to know how proud I am that you chose to side with the United Colonies and put an end to the Crimson Fleet. You've almost single-handedly saved the settled systems from one of its most dangerous enemies. I can't possibly commend you highly enough.
I thought you didn't care about the United Colonies anymore.
Did I mislead you into believing that somewhere along the way? Though I ended
yes.
my service with the United Colonies years ago, I continue to remain vigilant as to what's going on within its borders. Anything that has a
Okay.
positive effect on the UC sends an equally positive effect through Constellation.
Well, I suppose, since we're based there, that makes sense, but... Well, that's high praise coming from you, Sarah.
Well, I'm not sure I deserve that, but I appreciate it all the same. What I want to know is what motivated you into making the right decision. You had Crix's legacy in hand, and you could have easily taken it to the key. Instead, you flew it to the Vigilance.
I didn't want to let you down. Honestly, yeah. Genuinely speaking, that's probably the real reason my character would do something like that. I do not give a fuck about Commander Akande. I also I agree, I can't allow the fleet to become stronger, but I didn't want to let you down.
Oh, well, I'm flattered that I have such a profound impact on your life choices, and you seem to know me quite well. So, no regrets betraying Delgado, then? I imagine you and he formed quite a partnership right up until the end.
I wouldn't call it a partnership. I don't want to say Delgado was a decent person. I would definitely say Delgado wasn't so bad. Life simply dealt him a bad hand.
No, I'm sorry. I refuse to excuse Delgado for his loathsome behavior by placing all of the blame on his past. We all
Well,
have
you
our
have to
crosses to bear,
understand that's how that
but it's how we
works.
choose to handle them that truly defines us as a person. I have to be honest with you. It disturbs me that you would leap to his defense so quickly.
Well, I'm sorry you disapprove, but that's how I feel. If you had spent time with Delgado, I think you'd understand.
I didn't need to get to know him. His actions tell me that he was a horrible person, and we should be thankful he's out of the picture. I suppose my final concern is how long this newfound peace will last.
A short while, at least.
Perhaps. My only concern are the reports that Navarmora was never captured or killed.
Thank you.
My hope is that she was smart and went into permanent exile. I suppose only time will tell. Ah. Well, it appears I've soured the mood of our lovely conversation. I trust my mindless prattle hasn't been too much of a bother. Thanks for taking the time to listen.
Interesting. Sarah had more to talk about? Hold on.
If I can help you with anything, just say the word.
Yeah, she doesn't actually seem to have
sometime.
another talking thing. I kind of figured that Sarah would get pretty fucking butthurt when I said Delgado isn't that bad of a guy, but that is my honest opinion. Delgado as a person isn't the worst the fleet has to offer. If anything, he is probably the most normal person in the fleet. Outside of maybe Juan. But, like, yeah, he is also, like, a piece of shit, don't get me wrong. He treats the pirates like shit. But that's kind of the point. He is keeping them in line. He gets mad when they fuck things up because he knows how the game is played. Most other pirates aren't smart enough for that sort of thing. I just find it interesting that, I don't know, that she got so mad about it. Where is Red Mile on the map? What am I looking for here? Oh, I'm not even at Parima 3. I'm at Parima 3A. Interesting. Technically, I'm not even there. I'm, like, floating in space somewhere. Weird. Yeah, Sarah was a little upset that I defended him, but whatever. She'll get over it. Alright, Red Mile. Infamous gambling den offers some of the deadliest challenges in the settled systems. Wonderful.
Landing commencing.
Assuming it's safe to breathe here. No, it is actually not safe to breathe here. Okay, good to know. I guess I can ditch the pirate shit entirely now, too.
Don't think Sistef or the Rangers will help you if you get into trouble out here.
Oh, is this an ecliptic place?
Before the Red Mile Bloodsport thing, this used to be a decent place. Now...
Oh my god, it's like the slowest door in the world.
Bullshit. You didn't think we'd notice that you tried to slip away without paying your check?
I was just going out for some fresh air. I even told the bartender. You can ask her yourself.
Fresh air, huh? On a planet with no atmosphere.
That's enough, Stalker. Lower your weapon. We don't shoot guests over a misunderstanding. Sir, please return to your table. It's bad practice to leave our establishment without paying your bill first. If you need some fresh air, pay up, go outside, and come back in and start a new check when you're ready.
I'm sorry, but I didn't think it would be a problem.
You were wrong. Dead wrong.
That's enough. I think the gentleman understands. Now let's all go back inside, shall we? And Stalker, you and I are going to talk about this later.
I can't wait.
Immediately
Stay in
pulls her
line,
gun back
and
out.
we won't have a problem. Hey, watch out. You cause trouble, and I will not hesitate to end you in any number of ways I see fit. This ain't the United Colonies, Cupcake. Here, you listen to me. I lead the security force.
Doesn't seem like it. What's with the security here? Why are you all so hostile?
Because we have to deal with the dregs of society, like you. Because May lets us handle things our way. Best way to
Doesn't seem
keep
like
people
it.
in line is through fear. After you see your first head split open on the bar floor, you're gonna think twice about skipping out on your tab. Maybe you don't start that fight over your lost bet. You get it now?
So, you run some sort of private security force?
Call it whatever you want. We're ecliptic mercenaries, so I'd think twice about pissing us off, or else you may find yourself with nowhere to hide.
Sure. And why would a mercenary force like Ecliptic take on a job like this?
What do you think, moron? Money. May pays us well to keep the assholes out. I make sure my people pretty much get the run of the place. Free booze, free entertainment, you name it. And if anyone's got a problem with it, well, we've got ways of making people disappear. Go bother someone else now.
Can you believe that? Like I'm gonna run off without paying. The hell kind of scum do they think I am?
Yeah, sure, buddy.
Go ahead, start some trouble. Give me an excuse to air you out.
What do you
What's your
want?
deal, buddy?
Hey, you the captain of that ship? Is your registration paperwork in order?
Who's asking?
Who's asking? The starport master of Red Mile is who? Think that'd be obvious, given what I just asked you.
Well, of course it is.
Fine. Truth is, I don't really give a damn. I gotta ask, because it's my job, you know? And don't get me wrong. I used to care about running a tight operation. Had everything going nice and smooth. But when May started building this place up and hired those mercs, everything went straight to hell. I voiced my displeasure, and now I'm on the outs.
May's the only one in charge here.
Yep, she took over a little while ago. Drove out all the regulars because they didn't fit in with her new vision for the place. Now, I'm not saying they were saints, but at least there was some respect for the people whose blood and sweat makes this place work, you know? You'll find her inside. Whatever you're here for, she's probably the one you want to talk to first.
What mercenaries are you talking about?
May's security. Bunch of wannabe soldier assholes is more like it. Call themselves Ecliptic. They think they're some sort of elite paramilitary unit. I'll tell you what they really are. They're nothing but punks with guns that get off on pushing people around. I get the need for having some security out here. We're independent. That ain't lost on me. But these guys are the worst of the worst. More trouble than they're worth, you know? And not by a little.
Sounds like this place went through a lot of changes.
Sure has. May, she's got these big ideas about making this place some kind of must-see attraction for the whole settled systems. You'd think she'd care a little bit more about the quality of the damn starport. Anyway, I'm sure you're already sick of my bitching. If you need parts for that ship, or a top-up on the grab drive fuel, that's me.
Oh, could use some repairs.
Yeah, there's nothing for us to do here.
Okay, cool, never
Good
mind.
luck with... whatever.
You'll be talking to the underside of my boot if you keep trying to strike up a conversation.
Ah, a new face. I wonder, is this the face of a brave runner here to challenge the Red Mile? Or simply one seeking a respite from the burdens of life? My name is May, and I'm the proprietor of this establishment, home of the famous Red Mile. I assume you're familiar.
I've heard of it, but I'm not sure what it is.
Oh? Let's rectify that then, shall we? You will not find a more exciting blood sport in all the settled systems. The Red Mile is an exciting and deadly race to the finish for the galaxy's bravest champions. Those that manage to complete the course win fame and fortune. Those that don't are never heard from again. I'm happy to answer any other questions you might have. In the meantime, please enjoy our world's famous hospitality.
What's involved in running the Red Mile?
Well, it's quite simple, really. Once you register with me, we'll have a little pomp and circumstance before sending you on your way out the big red door. Then it's a race to the buzzer at the other end of the course. You'll deal with obstacles and deadly creatures alike, while people up here place bets on how far you'll get. Make it back alive, and you'll stand to win riches and the admiration of your fans. I'm sure you can figure out what happens if you fail.
Pomp and circumstance, like a little ceremony.
Just a little introduction we do to get the fans all worked up. The Red Mile is a spectator sport, after all. Most people don't complete the course, so this is a way to give those unfortunate souls a proper send-off while they can still appreciate it.
People really bet on other people's lives here.
You're too precious! Yes, of course they bet on our runners' lives. We're outside of the colonies and Freestars for a reason. Betting is a huge part of the Red Mile's appeal. How better to make the most exciting sport in the universe more exciting? Repeat runners draw bigger bets. You should ask Donovan how much bets on him were worth before he was forced to retire.
Forced to retire? Can I ask about that? Well, thanks for the information.
Of course. And if you're thinking of running, just let me know. I'll be glad to sign you up.
Maybe, but not yet. Can you tell me more about this place and its history?
A rather open-ended question, but I'll do my best. Red Mile was once a notorious haven for the criminal underworld. Thieves, shipjackers, mercenaries, and smugglers would come here to do business, get drunk, and gamble. I cleaned the place up when I took over. I made it, if not quite a family destination, at least a safer one. Red Mile still offers a unique, exciting experience, but our clientele has improved considerably. and we offer a wider range of services.
How'd you clean the place up?
I was fortunate to be born into a wealthy family. I used those resources to build an extensive network of contacts across the settled systems. Suffice it to say, I had to call in more than a few favors, but with patience and perseverance, I was able to realize my vision. And now, at last, Red Mile is truly a must-see destination for any who wish to experience it for themselves.
Why all the effort to turn this place around? What's in it for you?
Because I see the potential for Red Mile to become one of the most unique and popular travel destinations in the settled systems. Because I want to leave a legacy and be remembered for creating something as unique as it is lucrative. Or perhaps it's because, like so many runners who come here to test themselves, I really should challenge. I suppose there's no single reason. Let's just say that I feel it's my calling.
Okay.
Call on me if you need anything further. Is something bothering you, Sergeant?
Well, there's something that's been troubling me.
Pardon?
Let's hear it, dear.
It's these ecliptic mercenaries.
Okay.
They're
Hello.
demanding free drinks. When I refuse, they threaten me. This is a lot more stress than I was expecting to put up with.
Well, that is simply unacceptable. They can be brutes, no question about it. It's partially why I hired them. I was hoping they'd curtail their aggression when it came to our staff, but perhaps not. If it happens again, tell them that on my authority, they're required to pay like everyone else. I give them enough money as it is. If they disagree, they can take it up with me personally.
If you're sure. Just listen.
I think they will. Capitulating to a bully only encourages them. If you want to get their attention and earn their respect, a show of strength is required.
Hi, welcome to Red Mile. We've got clean rooms and neat drinks. Can I help you out with either of those? Or both? Ooh, what about both?
You sound familiar. Why do you sound so familiar? What other services does Red Mile offer?
Aside from the restaurant and hotel services, we offer full-service starship maintenance and refueling. Just speak to our starport master, Lon Anderson. And don't mind him. He may be a lazy old fart, but when push comes to shove, he gets the job done.
What's the wildest thing you've seen here in the Red Mile?
Ooh, I saw this guy get full-on eaten by one of the larger creatures we had out there one time. Just swallowed him up whole in one gulp. Clearly he was a goner. Not 5 minutes later, after the bets were called and everyone was settling up, the guy bursts out of the thing's stomach and goes on to finish the course. You can imagine that was an interesting night. Just don't imagine what that guy smelled like after, because... Come and see me if you need anything else.
I think that's Omega.
How are you, dear?
Or it's the voice actress
I've got something
for
in my
Omega.
mind.
Go on.
It's this whole running thing. If someone wants
can
to
get
throw
rowdy
their
in
life
here
away, I
sometimes,
guess
but we
that's
try
their
to keep
decision,
things
but do
civil.
we really need to make a spectacle out of it? It seems exploitative. Isn't that wrong?
Now, Sati, you're choosing only to look at the negative. Successful runners like Mr. Reese have earned considerable fame through their achievements. Only those who take the greatest risks earn the greatest rewards. We simply provide them with a stage on which to achieve their destiny.
Guess I didn't think about it that way.
Do you remember when you applied for this job fresh out of school, saying that you wanted to gain more practical, real-world experience? Well, it's not always pretty or even fair, but sometimes this is how things work.
I understand.
Fame and fortune await in the Red Mile, if you have what it takes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's the voice actress for Omega in the Bad Batch.
Sorry, friend. I don't do autographs.
Is that? I
I mean, if she's not, she sounds very similar.
Guy's a legend. He's run the mile more than anyone alive.
Lynn's really trying to turn this place around. Runners come and go, but the mile?
Listen, friend. I don't mean to be rude, but I'm trying to relax and you people won't give me a moment's peace. I tell you what. If you want a conversation with me, it'll cost you. Bring me a runner's rush from the bar, and then we can talk. Deal?
But at some point, enough's got to be enough, right?
Yes. I can see how that
Sure.
would put you in a difficult
Why not?
position.
I'll be right back.
Word to the wise. Security here is
Reese,
run by
however,
mercs.
is a special
They don't
guest.
play by the same rules as other security officials.
If you feel you cannot in good faith extend his credit further, come and see me. I'll take care of it.
I'll do that.
I know it probably chafes at your sense of fairness, but the reality is that sometimes famous people get special treatment. That's just the way of things.
Yes, ma'am.
Please, enjoy your time here.
We certainly get a lot of interesting people in this place. I'll keep pouring them as long as you're still standing of your own accord.
So, weapons? The fuck? And bullets? What the hell? He wanted a what? A runner's something or other? Runner's rush. Survivor sauce. Ooh. Cocktail of an energy drink and vodka. So it's a vodka soda. Ugh. Alright. Just one. I don't need more than that.
Enjoy yourself.
Alright, bitch, I got your drink.
Ah, you again. Please tell me you've got a nice frosty runner's rush from the bar. My cup runneth empty.
Yeah, I got it right here for you.
Ah, most kind. So, what brings you by? Afraid I'm right out of autographed pictures.
Are you some kind of celebrity?
Well, you really haven't been around much, have you? I'm Donovan Reese. Aye, the Donovan Reese. As in the gent that survived 28 Red Mile runs, including the third fastest on record.
Do you have some kind of death wish? 28 runs, huh? That's an impressive number.
Impressive? That's an understatement. We're talking a game of death and dismemberment. Most people don't survive one, let alone as many as I have. You can count on one hand the number of runners ever to pull that off, and only half of them are still alive. It's rare company you're in, to say the least.
You have some kind of death wish?
Nah, just relish your challenge. I'd still be out there today if my knees and my back won't shot to hell. Besides, I'm retired these days. I think I've earned the chance to enjoy the fruits of my labors. Being famous has its benefits, after all.
Things are going smoothly, I trust?
May said I should ask you what the most someone's bet on your
Tell me
life.
everything.
Ha ha. Did she now? Aye, of course she did. House gets a cut. She'd love to have someone like me back in there. Biggest bet on me was well over 10 million credits. I think maybe
Jesus Christ.
renovate the cantina and still have plenty left over, just on house cuts alone.
Mr. Reese, however, is a special.
What's the matter? Awestruck? Aye, don't worry about it. I would be too.
Something smells like fraud if
I'll
that's
do
the
that.
case.
I
Any
know
tips
it
for a new
probably
mile
chafes
runner?
at your sense of fairness.
Don't go breaking my record for one.
Reality is that sometimes
Other than that,
famous people get
don't hesitate. Ever.
That's just
You
the way
hesitate. You spend too much time thinking things through. Well, that's how you get yourself killed out there. I always say the best way to run the course is on pure instinct. You let that take over and drive you, the chances are you'll win. Unless you already know your instincts are shite, in which case, don't run the course at all. Cheers.
When you get a moment, can we talk?
Yeah, sure, Sam.
We need to
What's
find
up?
Cora and talk with her. She made it sound like it's life or death.
Oh, great. Right now?
We need to find Cora and talk with her. She made it sound like it's life or death.
We literally just got here, man. Alright, fine. Let's go talk with Cora. Because I know he's not gonna back off until we do.